I'm going to begin with a question I've always wanted to ask at a junket, but it never always seems sort of out of context. But what was your relationship like with Pooh growing up?
Well, oddly enough, my younger brother, Terry, was the big Pooh fan. I was too cool, and I guess the joke's on me now. So, I would occasionally do Winnie the Pooh or Tigger or one of the gang when we're playing Monopoly, I believe I will buy Park Place. And that was it until I got the call in '87 to audition for it, and now here we are.
Because you've got a sort of incredibly unique talent, your ability to just blend and move between so many voices and characters. Was that something you had been doing from a very young age?
Well, yeah, I was the kid in the back of the room, doing dolphin sounds, and I was informed that we don't have dolphins here at St. Columba, Mr. Cummings. Well, they do now. But no, I always did, and I used to get me in trouble. I would do impressions of my aunts, uncles, and parents and teachers, and they all just loved it. But it seemed to have paid off.
And so back to the world of Winnie the Pooh. What do you think it is that makes these characters and this world so timeless and so universal?
Well, I think they are timeless and universal because. They originally came essentially from bedtime stories and from literature, almost coming up on probably 100-year mark very soon, I would think. And the thing about them is I always say they're not tied to a fad. There are no skateboards here. There are no pogs or they're not breakdancing. They're not on hoverboards or anything like that. And so there's not a lot to go out of style. They're pretty much evergreen, and I liken it to Christmas. Christmas comes once a year, but it's never out of style. So I think it's in that category.
And do you have any sort of sentimental toys or sort of objects from your childhood that you still have and you still own?
I do indeed. I still have my original Davy Crockett hat from when I'm maybe 4 or 5 years old. I had one, and I have a bear of my own, Michael. And he's just as old and crusty as they come. And, I had 4 daughters, and I would always, whenever they would have a nightmare, Michael would be there to the rescue because he's had so much love and hugs in him over the years that can't have a nightmare when Michael's around. Mm-hmm. And I think Pooh is everyone's Michael. Mm.
And during the movie, I sort of cried because it just sort of touched me. And I was wondering, are you able to get emotionally involved in films you have a voice part in? Because is it easy to have that disconnect? Because obviously you're not seeing yourself on screen, but you're still hearing yourself. But does that still make it quite difficult to invest in a story like an audience member would?
Oh, no, not for me. I just get it right into the audience. I just grab the popcorn and have at it. Yeah, I often think, folks like Mark Forster or Steven Spielberg, can they go to a movie and go, oh, that shot's no good. I would never have shot it that way, Whereas I tend to just want to be in the audience and remove myself from it, and hopefully enjoy it, and that keeps you honest too, I think.
Mark is a terrific director with an incredible back catalogue. What was he like to collaborate with on this project?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. His vision was beautiful, and he just gave everything. Had just the right touch, the right nuance. It was beautiful. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we did.
Yeah. And you're one of the sort of voices of my childhood in the sense that you've been in so many things that I sort of grew up watching. Is it quite weird knowing that millions of children worldwide have heard your voice and your voice and characters very close to their heart, and yet you can sort of walk down the street and walk past these kids and they wouldn't know who you are?
Oh yeah, well I've many times I've gone by people from and now it's tattoos, a lot of tattoos. Like I'm the Tasmanian Devil too, and like the anti-Pooh. And I'll see that T-shirt, and there's somebody with a Tigger T-shirt and a license plate that says Tigger or I am Pooh, and that I am Pooh, that one got me. I was like, no, you're not, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, because I was going to say you did the Tasmanian Devil as well.
Yes.
Now, I didn't want to ask you to do any impersonations on the spot here or anything like that, but just a little bit of Tasmanian Devil.
Oh, haha, Tas-like.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Told you it was the anti-Pooh.
Thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Be well.
Hello, everyone. So nice to see you all again.
Oh, look, it's Christopher Robin. This promises to be a most excellent film.
Bring the whole family together
I do like a party.
Let's bounce for a trip to the cinema.
If anyone wants to clap, now is the time.
Because moments with Pooh
Oh, bother.
are always moments worth paying for.
Thank you for having me here. I quite enjoy watching the big screen.
Book, buy and watch with findanyfilm.com. All films, all above board. Disney's Christopher Robin. In cinemas August 17.